I mean, you'll never be as good of a someone else as you could be yourself. A lot of people just don't take the time, I think, to develop who they are, what it is they're really good. Everyone is good at something. It might not be what you want it to be, but if you give it a chance, sometimes you might find out that it is something great. So many times people push so hard in one direction. They see the life that was meant for someone else, or the path that was meant for someone else. They go, I want to go down that path. But that path's not meant for you. Be yourself. Develop yourself. Maybe you'll find yourself somewhere great. They're so afraid. A lot of it's fear. They're afraid that they're gonna be who they are and the world's not gonna like them, or there's not gonna be anything extraordinary about them. But they try to be somebody else and there's still nothing extraordinary about them. So if there's not gonna be anything extraordinary about you, you might as well be yourself. But I think a lot of times people will find that there is something extraordinary. Not to sound cheesy, but there is something extraordinary in all of us, if you are willing to accept it. Backstage here at the expo in Melbourne, counting down until it's time to get on stage for the pre-judging, and it's about 5 o'clock now. Pre-judging start to set to start around 8. It's always kind of during this time, your nerves start to get to you a little bit. I've been pretty calm, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little bit nervous. This trip's been a little bit nerve-wracking because with the flight and whatnot, and the pre-judging being tonight, usually the pre-judging is tomorrow. So it's been a little bit challenging to get that combination of fullness and dryness that I wanted. But we'll see. We'll see how it looks. It's tough to say exactly what it is until I get on stage. So right now it's just a countdown, sit and wait. A lot of times when you're backstage at shows, you'll see guys performing like a full-on workout, and it seems like they'll be pumping up for like an hour. I've definitely learned my lesson over the years not to do that, and usually the time when they tell you to pump up till the time you go on is about a half an hour difference. So you go and you get this nice big full pump, and then you're standing around and then you go try to get that pump back and you can't. So usually what I'll do is when they say to pump up, I'll go and I'll get like my color fixed and get touched up. And then as I'm standing in line and waiting to go on, I'll do some pump ups, I'll pump up and do some push ups and things like that while I'm standing in line. Usually the rule of thumb being try to wait till the very last minute to get that pump and do the least amount possible to get it. Really, for me, my chest is one of my not dominant body parts. So usually just doing like some push-ups, right? Because that'll involve my arms, shoulders, chest, even a little bit of back. It's a good just overall upper body exercise. And although I've never, it's kind of like an unwritten rule, you don't pump up your legs. The other day before I left on Monday, I trained legs, and I went in the bathroom afterwards after training, and I looked at my legs and I'm like, man, if they looked like this on stage, that actually would be a pretty good thing. I mean, they were full and they were still very separated and hard and round. I don't know if I'll gather up the courage or not, but I might try doing just some body weight squats before I go on and see what that does. This would be a good show to try it on. So, just basically, I don't over pump anything, because go and try and hold your poses and whatnot when you have like a really crazy pump, and it's very difficult. Plus, as you pose, you start to pump up a little bit. So try not to do too much.